Oh my god, I can begin to see that the colour is changing. Yeah, I'm not too sure like what this is doing. I need to research more about it. Trip down memory lane, see what it's all about. Oh god, it's gone all in my mouth. I don't know how I've just done that because I can't see anything. Is that right? I don't know. Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do another YouTube video, and this time I'm going to use only drugstore products just because I get asked a lot on my TikTok like what products would you recommend from the drugstore? I never really have an answer just because the products I do tend to use mainly tend to be from Urban Decay prices and up. But I was recently sent a lot of products from different drugstore brands and I thought I'd try them out today. There are also some products that I have tried in the past that are from the drugstore that I really recommend. So I'm also going to include them in this video just to show you like how they perform. But before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video because that will really help me. Also, if you haven't already, check out my TikTok at ZachHeath and my Instagram at Zach.Heath and you can see more of my content. So in this box I have all of the products that I'm using today. However, as you can see, I do have this product from Charlotte Tilbury just because I don't have a drugstore powder. So there are a few products that aren't from the drugstore. Actually, I think there might only just be like one or two, but everything else is from the drugstore. So I'm excited to get into this video and actually put all these drugstore products to the test and hopefully save some money and your guys' money as well. So I started wearing makeup when I was 14 and this was the very first makeup product that I ever bought, and it was actually from the drugstore. It was the Revolution x Soph X highlighter palette. I started to wear highlighter first and then I got into foundation. I love this. I took this everywhere with me. I took it to school. I wore it every single day. And as you can see, I wore it quite a lot. And I believe that they still do make this palette. So I wanted to include it in today's video just because trip down memory lane, see what it's all about. And as well, if it does still perform really well, then I do recommend this palette. And yeah, you can go out and buy it. So the first product I'm going to take is the Unicorn Primer Drops Beauty Elixir from Barry M. Now I know that these came out a couple of years ago and they were a dupe for the Sally, I'm not too sure what it was called, but the purple sort of pinky glittery drops. I never tried them and I wish I did because I think that they've discontinued them now. But I have tried this product before and I really liked it. And I just read the back and it's meant to brighten, detoxify and hydrate and smooth your skin. Out of all of the primers I have tried from the drugstore, this is definitely the primer that I would reach for the most. I have also tried the NYX Honey Dew Me Up and I really liked that product. So this is what it looks like. It's just a dropper, but as you can see, not a lot comes out of the dropper. So I might have to go in with 2 pumps. But as you can see, the colour is pink, but it blends into a clear sort of liquid. It also smells really good. When the product dries onto the skin, it's really tacky, and that's good because it's going to help your foundation adhere to the skin. I don't know if you can hear how sort of sticky it is, but it is really sticky. So moving on to foundation, I tried my very first ever drugstore foundation the other day, and I tried the Barry M Fresh Face Foundation. This was beautiful on the skin. I really like this, and I put it straight into my main makeup station. I also got sent recently the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless and the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour foundation. But because I love this one so much, I'm actually going to go in with this one today and show you what it looks like on my skin. It's more of a tinted moisturizer sort of consistency. So it's not going to provide you the most coverage, but it's going to even out your skin tone, and it also gave me a really nice dew. So this is a nice foundation because it says it's got hyaluronic acid to plump and moisturize the skin and vitamin C to brighten. So I'm going to use this one today. The only thing about this foundation I don't like is I don't like the actual tube it comes in. Just because it's a really weird sort of tube, I don't like it, but the product itself is the most important thing. So this is what it looks like on the skin. I actually think I picked the right shade today. Normally I always go too dark or too light, but I think this is actually a perfect shade match for me. I'm going to take the Makeup Forever 154 brush. This isn't a drugstore brush. I don't actually have any drugstore brushes, so I definitely need to get some and see how they perform as well. As you can see, this foundation does provide a bit of coverage, but it's definitely not cakey looking, and that's what I really like. The only thing is I would say is you do need a bit of this foundation to get this sort of coverage. You can make it really lightweight, which is good for days that you don't want to wear a lot of makeup anyway. I've always really been put off trying drugstore foundations just because I've always seen like YouTubers use them and they always just look really cakey and really matte, and this really doesn't look like this. It smells, it feels, and it applies like a high-end foundation, and that's why I really like this. What I have noticed as well, it is very moisturizing, but it's not dewy to the point where it looks shiny on my face. I feel like if you had oily skin, you could still wear this because it's just moisturizing, but it's not giving my skin sort of a unnatural sort of shine. I'm also going to put some on my forehead. I always forget to do my forehead, and then I watch my videos back and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't do my forehead. So I've recently changed up my makeup routine. I now do my eyebrows, and as you guys know, I wear glasses. I stopped doing anything to my eyebrows for ages just because it really annoyed me throughout the day when the product from my eyebrows would transfer onto my glasses lenses. I've started to do soap brows again, so I'm really excited to show you guys what I do because I love how it looks. Just as I said, it really annoyed me throughout the day, like what happened. I've seen a couple comments on my TikTok of people like asking where this random block of soap is from, and like I always put in my comment sections, it's random. I don't know where it's from. I just found it in my bathroom. So basically you can obviously go out your way to buy like a branded soap brow product, but honestly just using a random block of soap is all you need really, and then setting it to make sure that it just stays in place. And what I then do is take a spray. So to carry on with the drugstore theme, I'm going to take the Hydrofix XX Revolution spray. This isn't a setting spray, but I use this as like a face mist. I love this. This is really good. And then what I do is also I take a spoolie. So this spoolie is just from the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Longwear brow pencil. I'm not actually going to go in with this product. I've got a different brow product I'm going to use, but I'm going to go in with the spoolie just because I really like the spoolie, and I used it yesterday for the first time, the spoolie, and it's a really good spoolie. So I'm just going to spray my soap twice and then swirl my brush into the product and the soap like so. Once it's heavily coated, I'm then going to take my eyebrows. I actually can't see anything because I don't have my glasses on. Now that I got a mirror, I'm going to get my eyebrows. If I just zoom in, I'm going to brush my hairs up like so. So I basically just pull all of the hairs up with this product, and then I'm going to take my finger and basically press down on them, and this is going to like laminate my eyebrows like so. And then I'm going to take the spoolie and sort of shape them. So basically they'll look like this. I like them personally because I feel like it just lifts up my face and gives you more of a facelift. The only product I am going to be showing you today that is really luxurious and really unnecessary is a Chanel setting powder. I use this to set my eyebrows, but I don't have a drugstore powder like I said. So this is the Chanel powder that I use. I'm going to butcher this name, but I think it's the Poudre Universelle Libre setting powder. So what I do is I just swirl my brush around into the lid of the powder, and I take an eyeshadow brush and then I just set my eyebrows. It's going to prevent the product from transferring onto my glasses. It's also going to help the hairs adhere more to the skin and make them last longer throughout the day. I do know that if you do this technique that some powders are going to make your eyebrows look really ashy and grey, but that's why I like this powder in particular, just because it doesn't do that. And as well, if you have a powder that is notorious for flashback, it's obviously going to make your eyebrows look white in photos, in flash photography. That's why I stay away from any powders that do have those HD claims. So instead of using the Maybelline Tattoo Studio, which claims to have 36-hour wear, and instead I'm going to take the Maybelline Express Brow Pencil Crayon, it says it is. So this product's really weird because it's got a little sponge like this, which I think is meant to like blend out your eyebrow product. But I liked how this side looked. I thought this side just looked really nice. And hopefully this is going to be the right shade, but I think it will be. And what I'm going to do with this is just go over any sparse areas and just make my eyebrows look more seamless. Yeah, I'm not too sure like what this is doing. I need to research more about it, but I'm assuming it's just blending in the product. I don't think you really need to blend in the product in the first place. So, I don't know. I think I just had a massive piece of dry skin on my lip, so sorry if you just saw that. I've been using this concealer from Revolution. It's a Revolution Supersized Conceal and Define for years. I've gone through multiple tubes of it. I don't actually know how many tubes I've gone through of it. And this was my favourite concealer for ages, and by far my favourite concealer from the drugstore. I love this. If you haven't tried it, I definitely really recommend it. I've just realised I always forget to do this every single time. So the foundation shade that I went in with was the shade number 7. And for concealer, before I forget, the shade I'm going in with is shade number C10. I think they also have a hydrating conceal and define. I don't know how I've just done that because I can't see anything. Is that right? I don't know. I just applied that blind, but I actually think I applied it alright. It doesn't look too bad. Like I always say, I have dry skin, so I'm surprised I never tried the hydrating one just because I like this one so much. But I've never really noticed this one to be really drying on my skin, so I've never felt the need to go out my way and try it. And to blend this product out, I'm just taking the Ilia blending brush. I'm just using a brush today instead of like a beauty blender. So like I said, I don't have a drugstore powder to use, a pressed drugstore powder. So I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder. I feel like it just blurs out my under eyes, but as well, it doesn't make me look dry or cakey. And as well, I use this in the shade 2 Medium. I'm also going to take the same brush that I used to just blend out my concealer and press that underneath my under eyes and as well on my chin and my nose. I've been wanting to contour with this for ages. I've seen people all over TikTok using it to contour with. I'm not a massive fan of this applicator. I've also tried the Charlotte Tilbury. I can't remember what it's called. That's so bad because I literally love it. I love it, like I love the formula, but I hate the sponge applicator that's on it. So I know that I'm not going to like the sponge applicator, but it's all about the product at the end of the day. This looks like it could be a good bronzing shade, and I'm going to put it on my cheekbones as well as on my jawline. So I don't know how full coverage it's going to be or if it's going to look really orange on me. So I'm going to start off with there, and if I need to build up more, I will. So now that I'm editing this, I've realised that I do look really, really orange. Like the bronzer on camera doesn't look that good. In person, it did look really good though, and I will continue to do this in person, but I think on camera, I'm going to have to stay away from it. So to blend it all in, I'm going to take the Ilia complexion brush, and I hope that this blends in easily and doesn't make me look orange. That has actually blended in really, really nicely. I don't think it looks orange, but again, in person, it looks like a nice bronzing shade. But on camera, it could look orange. I don't know. Obviously, I'll find out when I'm editing this. But as well, because it is a concealer, it is going to add a bit of coverage. So because of that foundation being so lightweight and not really providing a lot of coverage, by doing this technique and using a concealer to cream contour with, it's obviously going to add a bit more coverage as well if you are looking for that. Now, I did also get sent this bronzer from Barry M. It's the Island Heatwave Powder Bronzer. However, looking at my skin now, I feel like I don't really need any more bronzer just because that Maybelline concealer was really, really pigmented. This just says that this product is meant to naturally give your skin a sun-kissed matte finish. So I'm definitely excited to try this just at a different time, just so I don't want to look too orange and... yeah, orange. However, although my skin doesn't look dry, I do feel dry, so I'm going to take some of the XX Revolution Hydra Fix spray. Again, this isn't a setting spray, but this is just going to add hydration and moisture into my skin. I also love how fine the mist is. It looks... oh god, it's gone all in my mouth. But I was also sent this product as well, and I haven't actually opened this one yet because I was so intrigued by it. I've never tried a product like this. It's a clear blush, but it turns pink or any sort of colour to the pH of your skin tone. It says natural glowy blushing cheeks as transparent jelly texture turns into a dewy blushing tint once in contact with your skin. It says that the colour and intensity of the product varies depending on the pH of your skin. So I'm really, really intrigued by this. I'm not too sure if this is going to be drugstore or not. I don't think it is, but it's from the brand Espresso, but I was just so intrigued to try this that I just wanted to try it now. So yeah, I'm really excited to try this. So this is what it looks like out of the box. And I think the brand is just called either O or Espresso. I'm not really too sure. And if I zoom you in so you can get a first impressions with me. So this is what it looks like. And it's just like a clear gel. So I'm really, really intrigued. So I'm honestly not too sure how much to put on, but I'm going to put some on my finger. It's a really weird sort of like Vaseline-y texture, if that makes sense. And put it onto my cheeks like this. I don't know if it's doing anything. Oh my god, I can begin to see that the colour is changing. But it's not picking up any of my foundation, which is nice. But it's just giving my skin sort of like a nice, glowy, dewy finish. I actually really, really like this. I don't know if it's really gimmicky though, because I don't know if it's just like one shade and they market it to like loads of different shades. But on my skin tone, I really, really like this blush colour, and I'm definitely going to use this again. So I'm going to do my other side of my cheeks and then come back to you. So moving on to highlighter, I haven't used this highlighter palette in literally years. I think I got this in 2017 or 2018. I want to say 2017. And so this is definitely expired. I don't know if it's going to affect my skin or anything, but I just wanted to try it anyway, go back through memory lane. Because like I said, this was the very first makeup product that I ever tried. I got it in Superdrug and I was super happy. I was like, oh my god, like this is so fun. And what I used to do is I always used to mix this shade and this shade together. Like I said, you can still buy this palette, I believe. I saw it not that long ago in Superdrug, but I loved this when I first got it. Like this was a really, really good palette. I'm not really too sure if that's doing a lot, but you can see it right there, I think. But if you are looking for a highlighter from the drugstore and you're looking for a palette, this is by far one of the best or if not the best drugstore palettes. Like I've seen so many people rave about this. Like I said, I used to love it. It's a good palette, it's cute. It's by Soph Does Nails as well, I think. I think that's her YouTube name, Soph Does Life or Soph Does Nails. It's either one of those, but yeah, she did this collaboration with Revolution. So the last products I'm going to use, just because I don't have any eyeshadows or mascaras or anything like that from the drugstore, I'm going to take this Lanolips 101 Ointment Multi Balm Peach. Now I just read the back of this and I originally thought this was for lips, and it does say for extremely dry lips, which check, I have. It also says it's good for skin, for dry skin patches, for cuticles, elbows and more. So this is like a one fits all sort of product, so you can use it for more than one thing. But like it says on the tube, I'm going to use it today for my dry lips, and this is in the flavour Multi Balm Peach, or Peach. As you can see, look how thick it is. But I'm just going to put it on my lips like this. I actually put way too much on. I barely put any on, but because it's so thick, I put way too much on. So those are all the products I'm going to try out today. This is my finished makeup look. Out of everything that I've tried today, I would recommend everything. Like, everything is really, really good. Especially the Revolution concealer. Like I said, I've been using that now for years. I still use it all the time. And if you look in my comment sections on my TikTok videos, I always talk about the products that I use in the comment section. But if you haven't already, please subscribe and like this video, and if you haven't already, please follow my TikTok at Zach Heath and my Instagram at Zach.Heath, because that will really, really help. And I do a lot more like makeup beauty related content on my TikTok.